Welcome to Board Game Archaeology, where we play time-worn games from the past. I'm Hunter,
I'm Rob.
and today we're looking at Trivial Pursuit.
Trivial Pursuit by Selchow and Ryder from 1981 for ages adult, and there are kids versions too, and for 2 to 24 players.
The goal of the game is to be the first person to get your category spokes into your wheel and then get back to the hub.
And the game comes with a very recognizable board. We've been playing this game forever. And it comes with your little pizza tokens that you run around with, and you fill up your little pizza slots with the colors around the board. It comes with 1,000 cards, 500 cards in each two sets. Also, it has a card that tells you what categories you're in, and instructions, and a box that's very recognizable too.
Yeah, and every game kind of starts off where, person rolls
And a
highest.
dice.
People roll for highest, and obviously you would have won that one. And then you would take it off from there, and essentially play goes where you can roll again if you get a question right. So if you were to go.
And really, the thing you have to do is you have to get to your hubs, your color hubs, or your category hubs. When you land on a category hub on any of these out pieces, that gives you the option of winning a little triangle to put in there. And once again, that's full. You have to land on that by the exact count, and you win the game. If you don't, you get to go out, and then you get to answer questions to keep going or not going. And even when you win, you have to answer a question to win.
I find the game really charming despite being horrible at trivia because the game keeps a pretty good pace.
It does, and it works. It's generational for sure. I mean, if I play this, you asked the question right away. I knew it because I'm older, and this was around when I was around. But if you weren't around, it's kind of like the Eau Claire trivia game we played a while ago, where it was all done in like the 70s. I didn't know anything about Eau Claire in the 70s, so it was really tough. The good thing about this game is it comes with multiple versions. So not only the normal one, we also have the Baby Boomer edition, and I found this one to be really difficult. We also have the Silver Screen edition somewhere, but I couldn't find it for this episode. And we have the Book Lovers edition too, and this one was made by Parker Brothers, so the copyright went from Selchow and Ryder to Parker Brothers later at some point.
Yeah, but I think for the most part, other than like the questions and the different themes, because they'll do Star Wars or like some kind of like tie-in, and so other than that, it's essentially been more or less the same game since.
Yep. And the normal version comes with your geography, entertainment, history, arts and literature, science and nature, and sports and illustration. The silver screen one has settings, titles, off screen, on screen production, and portrayals. And the settings one can be really, really difficult on that one. Then you have an All Star Sports Edition, Baby Boomer Edition, which we have down there, and a Young Player Edition. And this is only from like 80s version of this game. Like Hunter said, there's probably hundreds and hundreds of different versions of the game that might be really fun and really easy. I'd like to do a Universal Monster one. I think that would be a lot of fun. Or Godzilla, I think would be great. But I don't know how you'd have this many cards with Godzilla, but I'd sure like to see it happen.
Yeah, the sheer amount of cards is kind of like mind-boggling in its own right, since you're only taking one question from each card, and there's like at least six per. So
Yeah, there's a lot. And the good thing is it's kind of like Jeopardy, where you either have a good day or a bad day, depending upon how your brain is kind of working. You really can't say anything negative about it because it's really just a trivia game. And if you like trivia, that's great. And if you get lucky and hit suits, you do, great. If I was doing a sports one, if it wasn't specific to like the Packers or something, and even that would have to be when I started watching it, I wouldn't know anything. I would just be I just wouldn't want to play the game.
yeah, because a huge part of it is probably a testing your audience sort of thing. Play the monster-related Trivia Pursuit with monster fans.
Right, right,
And,
right. And the book lover one, do it with book lover fans because, yeah,
that's what
it
makes
gets
it
difficult.
breaks.
But yeah, the old version, the normal one, I found it to be very general and very easy. And I know your mom grew up with it too in her family, and it was very easy. Now I think we beat Hunter really, really bad at it because none of this, he wasn't born when this game came out. So all of it's referencing something that's 27, 30 years older than you.
Yeah, it's a lucky hit if I'm able to get one of them.
Right.
But thanks for watching.
Yeah, and if you want to know more about us, check us out at toyarchaeology.com. You can find a link to our YouTube site, which has all of our videos. We're in the 80s now, believe it or not, and we just started this as a pandemic fun thing. You can also find us on Facebook in a group, in a page. The group is more active at Toy Archaeology. We tend to show what models we're building and stuff like that, too, and what games we're playing on that, too.
We'll see you next time.
Yep, and don't forget to subscribe and like us on YouTube.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.